Hello golfers, so do you suffer from a weight problem? Are you hitting the ball fat all the time? So we are fat shaming the golf shot here. Get rid of your fat shots forever. This is what this video is going to cover today. Real simple understanding how to not hit the ball fat ever again. So what we're going to do is that as long as you know that the bottom of your swing for a right-handed golfer is your left shoulder. So if I put that, I have a stick on the ground for the left shoulder. Then I've got ball position here. So this is the midline of my body. So it means that I have two centers. I have an upper center and a lower center. Okay, so what we want to do when I hit a golf shot is that I want to make sure that when I come down, I want to take both my centers and move them forward of the original midline and over where my left shoulder used to be. So I see so many golfers that either move their weight back with their lower, so both centers hit behind it, or they move their lower center forward and tilt back too far and hit behind it, or they can release their hands too early and hit behind it. So to stop hitting it fat, we're going to focus on moving our entire midline, our centers here, forward of the original midline. So I set up here, so I don't want to swing and come back and everybody says, oh, bring your club right back down to the original position. That is a falsehood. Do not do that. That is not good for your golf game. You will keep hitting it fat. So what we want to do is we want to move forward. We want to move both centers forward, which puts our weight forward, which now you can see where my club head is hitting the ground. It's in front of the original line that I had for my left shoulder, and then I can go right around. So when I do this, I go ahead, set up here. This stick is in the middle of my body. Here's my backswing. Move both centers forward. Now you can see where I just hit that divot was in front of the stick. So again, I see so many golfers that come to me, they're hitting it fat. I hear it a lot on YouTube. A lot of the comments that you guys leave is that you're probably moving one or both of your centers back, and then you're hitting behind the ball. So you can see where I'm hitting the ball there. But when I hit a golf shot, I'm going to the top, my weight's on my left, moving forward, and there's my bottom of my swing. So you can see that I can hit in front of this line every single time because I understand I've got to move my centers forward of the original line. I do not want to stand and hit shots where I think to myself, the golf ball is where I'm trying to hit at. In fact, the golf ball is just in the way. So I'm going to move the stick on the other side of the ball here, and I'm going to go ahead and set up to this. And this is something really easy. They're just alignment sticks. Just put one on the ground underneath your left heel here, one in the midline of your body, and then you can go ahead and practice hitting in front of the ball. Again, I just hit that about probably 4 or 5 inches in front of the ball there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So I'm going to think of, all I'm thinking of here is moving both centers forward. And that also, it helps me keeps my arm straight, it moves my weight forward. It doesn't allow me to fall back. So that's where you're going to hit one here. Move both centers forward of the hit. And I just hit that ball really solid. You know, did not hit it fat. So I'm going to go ahead and do that again. And practice this, moving both centers forward. And you can see where I got that right there. That was perfect. So here we go. Both centers forward. Really solid right there. So again, the divot's in front of the golf ball. I did not hit behind the ball. I did not hit way back behind the ball. I hit the ball, then the turf. And so that is how you stop hitting it fat. And again, no reason to hit it fat. You just need to work on it. You need to get into a position, you know, where you get some feedback. This is feedback right here. So you go to the top. Okay, I'm feeling like there's about 70% of my weight on my left leg. Then I'm going forward. That's about 80-20, 90-10, 95-5, moving forward. So that's how I feel my weight moving forward. So I'm going to go ahead and try that again. Moving both centers forward. Again, really solid. Ball first, then the dirt. And that went really far right there. So again, I could stand up here all day long and hit in front of my midline because I understand that I'm not worried about the ball. I'm moving forward of the ball. And you can see how much more forward both my centers are. Again, I'll have people come to me for golf lessons and they're told to keep their head still. So what they do is they're moving their lower center forward, but their upper center is tilting back. And so they keep hitting it thin or behind the ball. And so a drill for that, again, is feeling as I'm coming down is that I'm moving both centers forward, okay? And you can see here my right shoulder now is kind of over my left foot, and now I'm definitely forward. So you can see the side of my shoe right here. You can see how much forward I'm at. That's very important to do. I see that on the tour when I go to a tournament and watch the best players in the world, men and women. When they finish, they're hitting the ball, then the turf, and then they're up on their toe, and I could see the side of their shoe right here. So that's something that you could really monitor, because I'll see a lot of people, when they swing, they'll have weight on their back foot. You know, they'll kind of appear to be forward, but they're not, because their weight's on their back foot. This is all bent right here. Is that you? Probably is. That's going to contribute to a fat shot. So again, you know, do a lot of practice swings, slow motion, set this, you know, stick on the side of your left heel, and go ahead and hit the shot. So thank you, Jonathan, for moving the camera down the line here. Again, do you have a weight problem? In golf, it's not good to have a weight problem if you're moving backwards. It's good to have a weight problem if you're moving forwards, though. You want the weight forwards. That's how you stop hitting the ball fat. This is very simple to do. So when we do this, again, so I like the down the line picture because you'll start to see, as I go to the top, I have 70% of my weight on my left, okay, but I've made a full turn, or full tilt and a turn and extension. Then I'm moving forward, I'm moving both my centers forward, and you can see is that as I come around, now you got the whole bottom of my shoe that you can see. I see so many people when they finish, I can't see the bottom of the shoe. The knees back, the hips back, the legs back. So when we do this, the key is we're moving both our centers forward of the midline. So here's the midline. We're moving forward, and I can hit in front of that ball every single time when I do that. Every time. Never am I hitting behind the ball. So you can see that right there. And when I do that, now I don't want to come and I don't want to go this way. I don't want to move my centers forward this way because that's too much forward. That would be my upper center in front of my lower center. That's how people come over the top. So again, here's my backswing to the top. I'm thinking about both my centers here moving forward of the ball. And you can see now my head's still pretty much right at the ball, but my centers are forward. That keeps my arms straight. That gets my weight forward. And I have no weight, about maybe 5% of weight on my back foot. I'm 95.5. So I'm going to go ahead and hit one there. So again, I'm going to think of both centers moving forward. The divots after the ball. There we go. Really straight, really high, really far. And you can see when I finish, again, bottom of the shoe showing towards the camera. The knees, the legs are touching. Okay, I've moved my knees, my foot, my knees, my hips, and my shoulders all around in a circle. I've started back here, and I moved forward, and that's giving me that nice solid contact. Never hitting the ball fat again. Never hitting the ball, never hitting the ground before the ball. That is a distance killer and a score killer. So I'm going to go ahead and do that again. Back to the top, feeling both my centers moving forward, hitting the back of the ball, and all the way around. So again, slow motion drills. You do not have to go fast. You can take smaller backswings, move the centers forward. Smaller backswing, smaller follow through, move the centers forward. I'm going to do it a smaller version. And I can't hit it any more solid than that. I give a ton of lessons out here at Deer Creek that if people would just do the smaller swing, or the 3 to 9 swing, or the 2 to 8 swing, P3 to P9, P2 to P8, it would be much easier for them to move their weight forward. Because there's a lot of times when golfers will try to make this big swing and then they're out of sequence. They throw the hands first, they move the weight back, and they never get down. So they never get the club back through the ball and move the centers forward. So what we want to do here, so every single time when I do this is the entry-level skill to playing really good golf. What do the best players do? What do they all have in common? They hit the ball then the turf. They're hitting the ground in the same spot every single time. They are not hitting 6 inches behind the ball. They're hitting the ball and then about 4 to 6 inches in front of the ball. And so if you practice that, the basic skill of moving your centers forward, which moves the weight forward, which helps you hit in front of the golf ball, hits the ground in front of the golf ball. If I move the weight back, the center's back, I'm hitting behind the golf ball. We don't ever want that. So I know this can help your game. I see it out here all the time. Watch up and down here, up and down the line with people hitting golf balls and playing golf. I see the fat shot all the time. So stop the weight problem. End it right here. This video is going to help you, and we'll see you soon. Oh, I must not have had my Starbucks this morning, but I hope you really enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, please leave a comment, hit the like button, share it out with your friends. And guys, I would love a donation. That really helps me keep making these videos for the price of a Starbucks coffee, which will keep me awake and keep you play better golf on the golf course. I know that would be a big help. So thank you so much.